Hey folks, what's up? This is Rishi Budhrani and I'm here to share some tips and suggestions as to how you can approach your Coronalogue. Now, admittedly, I've been doing a lot more comedy writing for the past 10 years, but I do believe that the rules of good writing and good storytelling apply across the board to all genre. So let's get started. The first thing I'll suggest is to write what you know. Now, I'm not saying you can't get creative and go crazy and let your imagination run wild. I'm saying if there is an experience that you've experienced yourself, if there is a person you met who had a lasting impression, an event that had lasting impact on you, an emotion of some kind, a trauma of some kind, even a heartache. All I'm saying is that if the initial seed of writing and the initial inspiration of your story comes from somewhere personal, somewhere real, then I do believe there's a higher chance that your audience will be able to connect with it. So definitely consider that, writing something that you already know. The second thing I'll suggest is to spend significant amount of time building the world of your character. This is effectively a monologue, right? So you will mostly have your one protagonist being seen for the duration of this Coronalogue. So it's worth spending time creating details of the character's world, things like what is their education level, their marital status, profession, their psychological state, and any kind of detail that will inform the way the character speaks, the kind of words they use, the kind of sentences they speak in, what's the syntax of your monologue, and that will hopefully enrich your entire project called the Coronalogue. As you can see, this is a very well-rehearsed tip session that you should be listening to. The third thing I'll suggest is include a good conflict. Now you're asking me, Rishi, what does good conflict mean? I mean, something that is interesting, a conflict that is interesting, because at the end of the day, this is a story, beginning, middle, and end, and a good conflict. Maybe, like I spoke about a middle-aged woman who's trying to escape an arranged marriage. Even if it's not a real story, it is something that could be real in the world of the character that you create. So spend some time figuring out what the conflict point is. Then what I'll suggest is, once you've got a first draft, and it doesn't have to be the perfect final draft, the first draft, get someone else to read it out loud for you. And I find this very helpful most of the time, because when I hear someone else reading my words, sometimes I hear how lengthy it is, or I hear how much exposition there is in it, or I hear that maybe I could add something else here. I hear that maybe I could replace the word. So basically, hearing your words being spoken by someone else sometimes can inform you on how you can make it better, make it more believable, make it more real in your world. Which brings me to my final point. I would suggest, and this is something that a bit of advice that I take very seriously and I got very early on in my writing career. Good writing is all about rewriting. So don't be afraid to play with the text after you've had your draft. The first draft is not going to be the final one. Spend some time rewriting it, tweaking it, fixing it. But don't miss the deadline, of course. Make sure that, don't rewrite until it's too late. So, rewrite it till you're happy and then hand it over to your director and actor to go out and make some magic. So these are some of my suggestions. I hope you find them helpful, and I really look forward to seeing your Coronalogue.